NSFW. Girls of Reddit. What are some things you wish guys did in bed more often? I wish they'd be more vocal. I love to hear my guy moan or curse softly because he just can't help himself. I groan and grumble all the time. Just not in bed. If groaning gets you off, I can oblige. Just hand me someone else's fucked up laptop or phone and ask me to fix it. Cut your damn nails. Getting scratched inside your vagina is not pleasant. I like it when my man rubs my nipples slowly then starts to pick up the pace or sucks on them. It can sometimes bring me to the point of orgasm. Other shit with their hands or kissing groping. It's kinda boring when the dude just pounds away and that's all. Like, play with my boobs, lick suck act, grab my ass, and so on. Touch me softly all over, a lot, like I am the most precious delicacy. Don't just ram the dick in. Deep inhale, the smell, the feel, runs fingers across, of a new document. Go slower, stop fucking jackhammering and slow down a bit. I feel more like a sex toy than an actual sensual human being when a dude is fingering me at the speed of light. Harder, harder, but the lady on the internet said to slow down. Harder is not equal to faster. I hate when I ask for harder and the guy goes faster. Yes, when you're fingering a woman less is more. Don't jam your fingers in and out like it's your dick. Keep it slow and just move your finger around gently. Foreplay, teasing, kissing and caressing my body, really focusing on my pleasure and making me come hard, and I can't say this next thing enough, make more noise. God, it is so hot when a guy moans and is vocal in bed. Makes me want to do even dirtier things to make him make those noises even more. I love when he makes a lot of noise. The moaning and groaning gets me going, as well as nibbles and suckling around the neck and collarbone. Forehead kisses also makes me feel special while we do missionary. For all the dudes here, make some damn noise. When I started being vocal in bed, sex got 10x better. How does she know what you enjoy with that blowjob? Moan or say fuck yeah baby when she does it right. Make some noise when what she is doing is going to make you come. During sex, tell her when looking at her turns you on. Give a little vocal build up and release when you get yours. 10/10 sex life will improve. Forehead kisses also makes me feel special while we do missionary. When she says just a bit too short to kiss normally. I guess this is a less often, but if she communicates you are doing something right. Yes. That don't stop. Do not change it. We don't want that harder or faster. We want exactly what you are doing. Best advice I ever got was if you ever hear the words don't stop in bed, do whatever you just did until you feel like you're about to die. Don't stop semicolon in my mind. Really? You're gonna pick the most uncomfortable and cramp inducing position to say that? Preach. Yes. Just like that. M. Proceeds to change rhythm, position, speed, depth. Am I a joke to you? This, I cannot tell you how many cunnilingus sessions have been called off with guys because I'd be this close and specify yes, right there or just like that and they change it. I get that it's exciting for you, that you got it right, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to change your answer. It's because we have no idea what we were doing. So when we try to repeat it we realize we've been making it up the whole time. Foreplay, it really gets overlooked. You can't just pounce and expect us to already be on your level. You gotta warm us up first to get us ready. Think of us like a BBQ grill. That's right, a grill. You can't just slap your meat on there when the coals aren't even hot. That's right, a grill. You gotta adjust your analogy a bit. Grills are easier, Throw in some fuel, some fire starter, and have at it. What your ladies is a smoker. You gotta prep beforehand. Gather the fuel, select the aromatic woods, arrange nearby for easy access, start the fire, stoke it, then maintain it until you get an even bed of coals. Adjust the inlets for the right temperature. Carefully maintain the perfect level of fire. Feeding it aromatics, checking and adjusting regularly, and once the conditions are just right to slide the meat in. You can't just chuck it in and go crazy, you've got to tend to it, moving it between hot spots, basting so it stays juicy, all the while continuing to monitor the firebox, keeping the heat steady. The whole process takes hours of attentive effort, whereas a grill only goes for half an hour start to stop. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk on finding your pitmaster. I was with you till the half an hour start to stop part. I do pork shoulder on my grill for like 2-3 hours. Not start the affection in bed and not stop the affection when leaving bed. RFTERCRRE. Don't fucking forget it, people, especially if you're up for or kinkier or your partner just needs it. Not one person likes to feel neglected, especially after the oxytocin overdose induced state you get post-orgasm. Oh lord, my ex-husband was like this. Affection only to get me to sleep with him. It turned me off sex with him. I felt used and not cared for in the end. Got to a point where I didn't even wanted to kiss him anymore cause every kiss he gave me was leading immediately to sex. As Tormund Giantsbane says, you need to be patient, give her time. Your cock shouldn't go near her until she's slick as a baby seal. Fuck you, Riley, I made your mum so wet that Trudeau deployed a 24-hour infantry unit to stack sandbags around my bed. Your cock shouldn't go near her until she's slick as a baby seal. And then you go inside, but slowly. Don't jab it in like you're spearing a pig. Listen a bit more. When I say oh my god, don't stop. Right there I mean do not stop. Do not change rhythm. Do not change positions. Do not do a single thing differently. It feels amazing exactly how you're doing it, and I will most likely have an earth-shattering orgasm as long as you don't fuck this up. Make noise and facial expressions. Fuck, could you imagine? You're going to town on a girl, really giving it your all, like you're fucking proud of yourself, and you look up, and she's just grinning at you, or worse, staring. Welcome to like 90% of blowjobs. That shit is creepy. Just react. Damn. No one's gonna call you gay or a girl because you're moaning. That's the point of the activity. Edit. There seems to be some confusion. What I'm asking for is feedback. No one likes fucking a dead fish. Groaning. Hitched breath. Heavy breathing. Grabbing. All good things. And also, moaning doesn't come natural to a lot of women. It becomes natural after doing it for years. Porn sets expectations on us all. Staring at the ceiling. Hi, I'm Jane. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Okay, but I literally ruined the best blowjob I've ever received by moaning. She stopped, said what is with the moaning like I was some kind of idiot, and that was the end of that. That's horrible of her. I love when guys moan. How else are you supposed to know you're doing a good job? Wow, that's a really great blowjob you're giving there. Keep up the good work. I appreciate this contribution to my orgasm. You're truly a team player. What a fucking dick. You're there complimenting her work and she's throwing it back at you? Shit, you're right. This is terrible. Better? Plot twist. Guy moans like that screaming go to YouTube video and goes on Reddit to ask why the girl stopped. This is 100% true and makes it more enjoyable for everyone. I never really used to moan nor make expressions, but now sex is so much more passionate and enjoyable, let alone is a massive turn on for her, which in turn is one for myself. My current so is very vocal and it threw me at first because it isn't something I was used to. It's downright sexy and it opens up communication indication during sex about what feels good. Now we constantly communicate during sex and it's opened doors to new stuff neither of us were comfortable vocalizing in previous relationships. The sexiest thing about my guy is the fact that his face says everything. He moans and watches himself fuck me while he makes these faces like it's the most incredible thing he's ever seen felt. I don't even know if I'm that good in bed compared to his other partners, but he makes me feel like I am the best he's ever had. That's what makes me so damn addicted to him. I've never been with a guy that was as expressive as him and I can honestly say it's a huge turn on for me and I had no idea until I had it. Also, I tend to get excited and really ride him and he'll grab my hips and say slow it down baby, I wanna make love to you while he's inside me and I just about come on command whenever he says that. Dirty talking one thing, but when you genuinely wanna make love to me instead of being ridden like a crazy porno and you actually say it and mean it, that makes the sex so much more real. A man will do anything to delay the eventuality of an impending nut. To stop the nut, the man must shed every aspect of his humanity and become nut himself. I too have the I am the absolute love of your life and you just want to be with me kink. The day after my wedding day was the best sex I've had ever. The night of was a tired mess of trying to remove the damn dress. Make noise, and eye contact. Both of those things will take otherwise mediocre sex to a 9/10 at least, for me. Don't expect sex to be anything like porn. Ruins things for all involved. Women take more time to get physically and mentally aroused, so pay more attention to her and foreplay. Yo, I'm just a virgin guy paying close attention for when I might need it. Same here. For now I've got foreplay attention with clitoris asking the lady for preferences, say if I'm liking it or not. Edit. Thank you all girls and guys for the help and the nice notes and advices. Also, a comment about sex tips and being a virgin is now my most upvoted comment. Also, RIP my inbox. Don't mind me, just rocking along the same boat, scribbling down notes. TLDR. Ask your girl what she likes before, during, after. Basically nothing is universal. Freshen up before getting intimate. Find a moment to slip into the bathroom and at least scrub a bit with a wet washcloth. Junk and neck, ideally. It's just polite. I don't care if you come in 2 minutes. It's not embarrassing or a problem at all, as long as you finish me after. This differs for every woman. But personally, penetration ideally is like 10% of the event and reserved for when we're both ready to finish. I enjoy it when I'm really amped up, but really only because of the emotional mental feeling of it's time to fuck. Physically it literally does nothing for me at all. And armpits. If you're taller than your girl they're probably gonna end up face level, or if she ends up laying on your chest they definitely are. You're gonna work up a sweat, and that's to be expected, but they don't need any help, lem tell ya. Taking their time, just kissing for a while, making sex with my whole body, not just mouth, neck, tits, vagina, but the body is full of pleasure zones. Create suspense. Edit. Typo. A lot of men I have been with seem to only care about their pleasure and not so much mine. I cannot orgasm from penetrative sex, many women can't. I can only come from stimulating myself, but I do enjoy kissing, cuddling and touching as foreplay. Some men just think have me get in bed with them, jackhammer me with their dicks, and once they come it's all over. Yeah, that does nothing for me. Foreplay matters. Pay more attention to the clit. If you come first, no biggie, but finish me off too. If you want your dick sucked, you need to eat pussy. Nipple play. Let me be on top. I know how to get myself off. Ask questions like, do you like that? But maybe ask, do you like that, like a human who wants to know, instead of a psychotically compulsive do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Huh, you like that? I mean, there's a time and place for the second option too, but I certainly wouldn't lead with it. PLS, for the love of God, you are not a porn star, don't even try to come with this shit. Be careful and listen to your partner. And not every girl likes anal or can deep throating. I wasn't that lucky with the male population in the last years. That's why I don't watch porn. I know it like messes with my perception of what real sex is like. I think of porn like a Michael Bay movie. It's awesome to see it on a screen. But if Optimus Prime chokeslammed Megatron through your actual living room wall, you would not consider it a pleasant experience. They'd like step on your dog, and your TV would be smashed, and insurance wouldn't cover that shit, and Josh Duhamel would probably call in an airstrike on the gas station you go to. It's got as little to do with actual sex as filming sex could. Okay, I hate to say it, you always hear about guys not paying any attention to the clit and most women can't get off from penetration. I actually find that it's been talked about so much that now that's all they do. They go right for the clit. I personally only get off from penetration. Oral can be fun foreplay, but 90% of men I've been with I can't handle it. Clitoral stimulation borders on painful for me. Oral is the only clitoral stimulation I can sometimes handle. I can't G off from it, ever. So where if it's gentle, it can be great foreplay. Most men I've been with go right for it, very roughly, and it's quite unpleasant, at times painful. So really, ask them what they like. And if a woman, I know it's rare, says to be gentle with it, be gentle with it. Some of us do really enjoy penetration, and being jackhammered, haha. Obviously, we all need warm up, or it's similar to having someone shove a finger in your ear roughly, not arousing. Side note, men talk about boobs. They are obsessed with boobs, yet when the time comes, they grab them for 30 seconds then forget about them. What up with that? And grab some freaking hair. Be rough. If you're gonna go down, please do not stick your fingers in after 2 licks. Wash before getting on bed. Do not get home and take a nap in a bed. Get home, take a shower and then get in bed. Lol. I should probs start doing this by myself. I bet my bed would feel a lot cleaner. Lie her down on a massage table and let her keep panties on. Rub her body, arms, face, head, belly, feet, working your way toward her kitty. Tell her it's her turn to relax and not to worry about you. Tell her to concentrate on her own feelings. And X200B. If you keep most of your clothes on, it will help her believe you that her pleasure is most important for the time being. And X200B. Let her truly relax while you play with her pussy, paying a lot of attention to her clit. If you let her keep her legs relaxed closed, she will feel more at ease, yet you can still access her clit and vagina. Really pay detailed attention to her pussy, feeling her details through her panties at first, then sliding your hand under her panties. Again, detailed attention. Spread and gently tug on inner and outer labia, circling her clit with your fingertip. You could introduce some toys too. But, at this point, keep your touch quite light. There's plenty of time to get hard and heavy later. And X200B. Anyways, I think you guys get the idea, and it's not like you have to do this all the time. Sometimes just quick hard sex is hot too. But if that's not working, this technique should help. And X200B. Oh, and what the other girls said, once things get really going, most of us like to hear you guys express yourselves. Good news, fellas. Turns out women do have a manual. It's interactive and voice activated. Just say what would you like. Occasionally, you may find yourself with a model released with rushed, immature code. If your model is collectible, you may find it worth the time and patience to lovingly craft a workaround. Personally, there are so many functional models available, I'd personally consider sending her back to her manufacturer for adjustment. You want an actual sex tip though? Put your pinky in your mouth. Move it to the corner of your mouth. Hook your finger. Now yank it. Hard. 5 or 6 times. Not really. I'm just trying to make a point here. Unfortunately, way too many guys have no idea that is exactly what they're doing to the skin where the labia majora meet. That's the puffy flesh, not the lips. Just above the clitoris. They are enthusiastically slurping this, twiddling that, with no clue that their nose or razor stubble is going to leave the woman feeling like her twat got sunburned for the next 3 days. There's a easy fix. Put your palm on the area just above. Gently press down and upward. The little cleft off flesh will flatten out, reducing the chance of you yanking it about and accidentally hurting her. Bonus. Now the clit is sitting up and looking right at you, deliciously taut and awaiting your loving attention. Not a single stroke wasted. And ladies, if you ever find yourself in the company of a sweet but inexperienced young man who broaches curious questions about your hoo-ha, I highly advocate giving him a smile, a flashlight, and offer him a private AMA. We all reap the rewards of shared knowledge. You should have finished with "and that was my TED talk" because I felt like I just took a 101 class. I like the cheek thing, it gives me a frame of reference of what's actually going on for the girl. My BF absolutely loves BJs, but I've never been comfortable in receiving oral sex, so it makes me more anxious than pleasured. I prefer either fingering, rubbing or sex. I have never ever come from sex and can only seem to come from clitoral stimulation, but it needs to be vigorously rubbed in the right way. Pressure, speed and non-stop, which most men can't seem to do even when shown, but he has caught on, but sometimes stops to readjust, and like that I'm back to square one and need to build up again. Because of this, he will usually ask me to rub my own clitoris whilst he penetrates me with fingers or his penis, usually half-heartedly. We had an incredible sex life at the beginning and he really put in the effort, but now I usually give him a 45 minutes average time, edging blowjob, and I get a half-assed fingering or just a breast rub whilst I stimulate myself. It makes me feel less than him and the minimal effort seems like a task. Don't be my guy. Put the effort in and continue to. And X200B. Edit. I don't require relationship counseling on this comment. What I said was to make you understand that I put in a lot of effort sexually and get little in return, which I was trying to make others understand not to do the same thing. Please don't tell me to break up with my partner. That's none of your business. You don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do. Sometimes you gotta make some love, and even give her some smooches too. I asked my wife and my girlfriend. They both agree. Disclose other sexual partners before going raw. Now I know. Work their way up to penetration. I get that's the goal for guys, but put a little effort into sex, otherwise it's just no fun for me. Not entirely answering the question. I'm gay, but do more things out of bed. Don't expect her to be ready to go just because you put her butt on bed sheets. If you're not working your way there from the front door, you're wasting free real estate. Press her against a wall or door. Talk to her. Kiss her. Pay good attention to her neck and collarbones while you do so. Start gently, nibbling and licking, not hard biting. See what works for her and what doesn't. Personally, I've never had any complaints when I work my way up to her ear. Breathe softly on it and nibble on her earlobe. Soft but fast. There are lots of erogenous zones that don't get enough love. Earlobes, wrists, the back of the neck. When someone touches me there and I'm hit with the combination of it feeling good and it not being somewhere I've been touched in ages, I just melt. Also consider exploring gentle teasing. Don't go straight for the goods. Trace your way down, and around, and back up a few times first. Jump back to areas you've already paid attention to. Have her aching for your touch before you give it, assuming she likes it and isn't frustrated. Listening is always key. There's a reason most lesbian sex is measured in hours. No reason straight couples can't do that too if they want. Just don't treat an orgasm as an endpoint. Or if it is, hold back on it and really enjoy the journey. Eating you out. It's one of my favorite things, but it seems like a lot of guys just wanna get straight to fucking. Lol. I just want him to have sex with me. I miss being close to him. I'm so sad right now. I think I speak for a lot of women when I say my erogenous zones change by the minute. Turning a woman on is almost like performing alchemy or freestyling a beautiful song with an instrument. You kind of have to be intuitive like I'm doing with you. Careful effort is enough of a turn on to play along though, so don't put too much pressure on yourself either. The inside of my vagina can bring me to orgasm, but like I mentioned before, but it's got to be awakened it as an erogenous zone first before I can get there. A safe bet is the clit. The clit is more than just a tool for foreplay, it's the primary source of orgasmic pleasure for most women. Don't just focus on going in and out with your dick. Press your hips into me. Flex your dick mid-thrust while going balls deep, then let me do a Kegel while you're flexing. Play off of the movements of my body so we can find a good rhythm. I'm a dude but I know the answer 100%. Rip farts and stuff their head under the covers.